Social control is important for guiding social interactions and ensuring compliance with established principles and standard relationships in a social context. In order for us to develop a better understanding of social control in the school environment, I will interview a few students from both the primary and secondary level to firstly understand what are common behaviors of students in their school or class. Let us listen to the responses from the primary students.
In my class, some of the children behave bad and some don't. Like for example, this boy that named Ricardo. He liked to tell lies, he liked to teach people things, and he's very stubborn. And he also, I have a story to tell you about him.
Okay, viewers, so now we will have a little chat with the children from the primary school level based on their views about this topic. So, how do the children behave at your school?
Very bad.
Okay. Are the teachers aware of such behaviors?
Yes.
Okay. What do the teachers do in those cases?
They either punishment them or send them to the principal office.
Okay. So, do you think teachers can do something else?
Yes.
What else? What else do you think teachers can do other than punishing the children or other than sending them to the head teacher's office?
Beat them?
You think they should beat them?
Yes, some of them teachers beat them.
Okay, and other than beating them, what else do you think they should do? Nothing else? Okay, thank you.
Very informative. Now let's move over to the secondary students to hear what they have to say about the students at their level.
Some common behavior in my school. Some of the students, they talk back to the teacher, their defiance, they backchat. When Mr. Sir is trying to explain something to them or tell them to do something, they answer back instead of following the instruction that they're given. The second one is littering. Even though bins and trash cans and trash bags are provided in the school, the students find it better or more common to litter, throw the garbage all around the school, even though they are warned many times by the teachers. Thirdly, the dress code of some of the students. Even though in our school we're giving a specific dress code of what to wear, how to wear it, some of the students, they prefer not to do that. They come with their pants, with a shirt out to the pants, different color socks, different color boots, the hair in different hairstyles, the eyebrow cut up and what's not. And my last point, fighting. That is a very common thing in my school. Even though the students are told that whenever somebody do you something or whatever, you are supposed to complain to your teachers. Well, in my school, they don't complain. If somebody do them something, they take the matter into their own hands and they go fight with weapons and what's not. So those are some of the common behaviors that are found in my school.
Common behaviors of secondary school students. The behavior of secondary school students varies based on whether they are being disciplined or praised. When disciplining students in secondary school, the common behavior for them is either to storm out of class if they do not like what you're saying or what you command or what you ask them to do, or they might become defensive and become verbally aggressive. When being praised, some of them might get very overconfident and arrogant, while on the other hand, some of them feel motivated to work even harder.
Quite a mouthful, isn't it? Based on these responses, it is without a doubt that we are facing issues that require our utmost attention. As such, let us explore how teachers and those in authorities respond to these deviant behavior. Here with me, I've invited two parents to share their views on what schools can do to maintain social control.
Okay, as a parent, I believe that um, to cope or to maintain social control in school, you should have like personnel coming in regularly to talk to students about behaviors, expectations, helping them setting goals, giving them guidelines, and keep keep enforcing the meaning of life, the purpose of being here at school. You show them the real meaning and purpose of being in school and the outcome of achieving a secondary education. So for me, I will have like almost every assembly you have different personnel coming into the school and have a short talk with the students just to keep their minds ticking and keep them thinking positive on the on life's goal and life expectation. Secondly, I will encourage the school and teachers to create a more conducive learning environment. Like, for example, in the classroom, have more engaging activities where you have students, like even in their recreational time, they could have something meaningful to do. Like you have probably a computer, some games set up, electronic games, which must be like educational purpose, but at the same time it will be fun for them, but they are learning rather than being outside and engage in negative activity or get involved in things that will cause destruction or problems. So I will like for schools to have a more meaningful learning environment, have more recreational facilities available for these students, because if you look at many schools today, the environment outside in the yard is not even properly organized or kept for students to play during their break time or lunch time, to have a little recreational activity. Most of the school environment are always untidy, so the children are kept in gangs and they eventually get into problems and so on. So as a school, we need to create those opportunities. We need to invest and be more innovative towards a learning environment that we keep our students actively engaged in meaningful ways.
As a parent, one thing the school could implement to maintain social control are clubs, like bringing back Bible club and sports club and the different clubs that they had in the past. They should bring them back in order to maintain this thing, which will bring the children together, give them time to socialize. Another thing that they could implement is social groups, or have persons come from out of the environment and have talks with the students. Let them be able to express themselves, show them ways in which they could solve problems and solutions to certain problems. So that would be a good implementation, in which would help the students to act in a certain manner.
Wonderful. At this point, it is only right that we welcome a social worker to share her views on measures taken to curb students' deviant behaviors.
Good evening, viewers. In the many years that I have been dealing with children and issues they are facing, I have realized every behavior has a cost. No one acts a certain way just because, from a social worker's point of view, I can pinpoint a few daring causes for deviant behavior in children. First, family environment. A dysfunctional family environment, such as parental neglect, abuse, and inconsistent discipline, has increased the likelihood of children portraying such behavior. Lack of parental supervision and positive role model plays an enormous role. My second point, peer influence. This particular factor impacts a child's behavior significantly. Once a child starts associating themselves with delinquents and negative peer group, it is only time until they begin to mirror those deviant behavior. My third point, media influence. This is a very important one. Since the birth of social media platforms, students have been severely exposed to violent and antisocial behaviors. This we see through the entertainment industry, video games, movies, and worst, music. My fourth and final point, mental health issues. Mental disorder is a silent but crucial cause of deviant behavior in children. Sometimes it is difficult for parents to identify this cause, for the fact that not many people can spot mental disorder. For example, you might believe that a child is naturally hyperactive, but little do you know they may be a victim of ADHD. Such disorder affects impulses, making it difficult to control their behavior. However, for every problem, there is definitely a solution. As social workers attached to various school systems, effective means that we have implemented to tackle these issues are early identification and intervention, individualized support plan, which involves counseling and extracurricular activities to divert their attention to a positive pursuit. Outside of the school gates, we place great emphasis on 1. Family involvement and support, and 2. Community involvement, since it takes not only a mother and father to raise a child, but an entire community. Thank you, viewers, for listening.
Today, in the school systems, deviant behaviors are displayed at a striking rate. Therefore, all measures taken in and out of school is critical in keeping our students on track and equipping them for future success. Thank you.